And we are live. Well, hello, whether it's good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time that you are watching this video. This is Bunmi Moore, and I greet you for this very, very special video interview. I am telling you, you need to stay tuned to the entire video because truly, guys, the information that we're going to share with you today is going to be very inspiring. It has the potential to change your life. Some of the things that you don't know that we're going to be talking about, you need to know in these times, which a lot of times I say these uncertain economic times. But what I love is the information we're going to share with you will help you to bring some certainty to the uncertain economic times that we may be facing. So again, I have the privilege of being with two gentlemen who I highly respect, who are near and dear to my heart. You'll learn to love them too. The first gentleman is the CEO of MWR Financial, Make Wealth Real Financial, Brian House. Everybody give him a hand. Yay!
Yay, Brian.
Yes, thank you so much for taking time out of your super duper busy schedule to be here with us this morning, Mr. House. And then we have one of my long-term family friends, awesome businessman who leads with his heart, who's really helping people in the financial arena many ways, Mr. Vernon Azell, who just partnered with us in this Make Wealth Real movement. So Vernon, so glad to have you here with us. So we want to give you a hand as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right into it. There are several topics that are on people's minds these days because of what's going on globally, not just in this country now, but globally. And one of those things that people are talking about, more and more people are having financial conversations, money conversations because of layoffs, because of people losing their jobs permanently, because of whole industries that you never thought would be shaken up, like the sports industry, like the travel industry. These industries are have experienced a rude awakening. And so several years ago, Mr. House started a company called MWR Financial. Now, MWR stands for Make Wealth Real. And I don't think he even thought down the road of maybe that we would be in these types of times. But no matter whether our economy is prospering or whether we're in a recession, making wealth real in our lives is something that we all need to do for our family. So I want to start out with you this morning, Brian. Like, where did you even get the idea? I've heard you say that this is more of a ministry than just, for business, for profit purposes, even though that is part of the plan. How did you even come up with this idea?
Well, first of all, Bunmi, thanks for having me on here, you and Vernon. And the reason I came up with this company is exactly that. It was more of a ministry to me. I've been blessed to, my wife and I, to be able to build four this is my fourth multi-million-dollar debt-free companies. And the reason I started this is because of the need that was out there. There are so many people that were struggling financially. They just don't know the rules of the money game. They don't know how to win when it comes to their finances, just because they were never educated to be able to do that. And I'm talking simple things like understanding how to reduce your taxes and raise your credit scores and eliminate your debt and be able to save or invest properly. And we decided we wanted to put together a program that was a little bit different than the norm. Out there, a lot of companies, and they're great companies out there that educate people on money and how to handle their finances. The problem with those companies is that only about a quarter of or 25% of the people that participate in those educational programs ever actually implement what they've learned. And so we wanted to take a little bit of a different approach. We said, you know what, let's put together a company that empowers people, provides them with experts and strategies that actually do the work for them. And then through that process, they learn how to become a better steward of their money. So we believe in education and financial literacy, but our education is done through expert application, providing real-time results that help people create their own story and allow them to learn how to do better financially in the process.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what we did.
Man, I love that. And that so speaks to my heart. And doing better financially isn't just about the money, amount of money you're making on your job. We're talking about something so much bigger than that. Because when this was brought to me, as a six-figure earner in the home-based business industry, you know, most people look at me, they say, oh, Bunmi's successful, she's doing well. But when this information was brought to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need every facet of this financial membership. I knew that I had some tax issues that I needed help with. I knew that I had accumulated some debts and I needed to know the fastest way to get out of that. My credit score had suffered. I know the credit is a part of having a great financial picture. And truly, I was behind in my wealth building. I'm like, oh my goodness. A lot of people make a lot of money. A lot of people in this industry make a lot of money, but still don't have a lot of money. So I looked at that personally. I'm like, wow, I need this. Then I thought about my friends in business and other entrepreneurs, and I knew where they were. I'm like, we all need what MWR Financial has to offer. And I love what you said, Brian, about so many people never get educated about money and how money works and finances. And my own children always say to me, we never learned this in school. Why didn't they teach us so many foundational principles that we need to win the money game? Nobody's teaching in school. So it's that formal education that helps us to make a living, you know, paycheck to paycheck living. But it's an informal education, those things we don't learn in school that help us to make a fortune. And that's what MWR is about to me, the informal things that we're learning here by being part of this movement. And so about a year ago, I shared this information with Vernon Azell. I said, Vernon is a businessman. He's been in mortgages and real estate. He loves helping people. He really has a heart for finances. So I brought this to Vernon and said, hey, Vernon, look at what I found with MWR Financial. And at the time, there were some things going on in his life that he really couldn't take a real good look and make that move. But here we are a year later, ladies and gentlemen, and Vernon Azell is here with us on this platform because when he finally really looked like we're asking you to look, there was no denying that this was a message and a mission that he could partner with. So Vernon, I'm going to bring that same question to you. When you finally looked at what we had here with MWR Financial, what did you see that made you say this is congruent with your goals and how you love helping people?
Well, thank you again, Bunmi, for having me on. This is probably my second or third video with you. And I do believe that we're on a mission. We have a crusade that we've joined hands together. And I'm just excited to be in partnership with you and, of course, Brian House. Brian and I go way back as well. I think, Bunmi, I may have met Brian before I even met you because Brian was right there at the beginning with FDI. And when my brother introduced me to FDI, Brian was one of the partners there that I was able to get to know very well. So when you presented this opportunity to me, and I had a chance to really look at it, one of the things that I took comfort in was the CEO, and that was Brian House. I knew of his integrity. I knew of his professionalism. I knew that he was somebody who was going to stay the course. And that meant a lot to me because over the last few years, I've been up and down the road a few times with different companies. And those ingredients were missing. And as a result of that, I spent a lot of time that I really got no results from. So I wanted to make sure, but particularly at this point in my life, that if I was going to spend my time, it would be with a quality organization that had some staying power.
Yes.
And that makes a big difference, because you can do all the right things. You can do everything you're supposed to do, but if that company's not going to be around, you won't see any of the results that you're looking for. So I'm excited about that. Now, getting back to the cause, the mission, the purpose, I'm committed. Even before you introduced me to MWR, I was committed to a crusade to help families improve their financial condition. I saw in my own situation that even though I've been exposed to some sound financial principles, when crisis came into my life and some unexpected events happened, particularly with the passing of my wife, I realized that I was unprepared. And if I could be unprepared, being in the financial service industry for as long as I've been in, how many other families were in the same situation? So I'm committed to educating. What I call financial literacy is the number one illness that we have today. And I think today with this crisis that we're facing and people losing jobs, missing paychecks, understanding that they can't put their hands on $400 in liquid assets today in order to tide them over for a couple of weeks is inexcusable in the richest country in the world. So what does that mean? That means that somebody has failed to gain financial literacy for us to be in this situation today where we all are dependent on the government to bail us out. So we've got to create our own economy. And I believe with the financial tools that MWR has in place under their platform, we have the ability to do that. So I'm excited to be a part of this. And Bunmi, anything that I can do to make a difference, that's what I'm here for.
Well, I know that us together are going to make a huge difference because just you alone, you've talked to me about touching 10,000 families or more, and we're not going to take a long time to do it. This is a movement that we are creating. And when you have not just people here who have business experience, but all three of us, I know Brian's heart. Like you said, it was so special to me when Terrence Hawkins just said his name, that was almost like enough. I'm like, what? Brian House, okay. I just felt a sense of surety and security. I love what you said, an organization with staying power. And knowing his heart, I know he's doing everything in his power to make this a legacy company. Some CEOs say that, he means it. So if you are watching and you're looking for a place that's solid to plant your flag that's going to be here, check out MWR Financial really, really closely like we did. Now, you just said some numbers, Vernon, just how the average person doesn't even have, after working and they're working hard, they don't even have that $400 of extra discretionary income when there's a hiccup with their family. So here we are. Now we're in this economy. More people are losing jobs. Industries are being shaken up. People are living in fear. Brian, I just want you to inspire people for a moment because you spoke of the word win. I know that despite what's going on economically, people can still win. So speak to that fear for a moment and how we're going to help to shore people up so that they do win at the money game, even in today's climate.
Yeah. Hey, here's one thing I could tell you that I think is a major plus about what we do. One thing is that regardless of what market or economy, what the conditions of the economy are, our business thrives because the need to know how to do better financially doesn't change. If the economy's great, then people are wanting to know how to do even better. If the economy's bad, then it becomes a necessity to learn how to do even better. And so it's like right now, I know there are a lot of companies out there that are struggling because they offer specific products or services that may create an expense for the consumer. And with our program, we're talking about how to put more money back into people's pockets out of their existing income and how to increase that income as well. So good example, we're hiring right now. Everybody else, we just brought on 2 new staff members, Donna Thacker and Danielle Miller, but we're growing in a time that really a lot of people are scared, and so, but the need for what we're doing is in high demand, and it always has been, it always will be, because those principles around money just don't change. The need to know how to become a better steward of your money is always going to be there. So I think that's a big plus, for us. Not that we want to feel like we're capitalizing on a tragedy or a pandemic, But anytime in business that you're providing a solution to people's challenges, that's where you stand to profit. And that's the scenario we've created, Bunmi, is that we have a win-win scenario regardless of economic conditions.
I love that. Win-win regardless of the economic conditions. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you are hearing from the CEO of MWR Financial. MWR stands for Make Wealth Real. And when I heard those letters and knew what they stood for, I'm like, who wouldn't want to do that? Everybody would want to make wealth real. There's so many people who say they want to have more money and leave an inheritance to their children's children, but they aren't doing that because they don't know how, and there's no blueprint for them to follow. Well, now we have the blueprint. We've got a roadmap here for you to follow to truly make it real. And we're not just talking about like some network marketing companies. The only way you can make money is in the network and you build a huge team. Yes, we offer the business income, and we'll talk about that, but we're talking about making wealth real from several different ways, not only from the business income side of things. We're talking about how you align your finances and getting out of debt and turning those debts into wealth, saving on taxes, and then investing the difference. So many concepts that the wealthy apply to their lives that you don't know how to apply, that experts now are going to help you with. So, Vernon, I want to get to you and talk about your vision, because when you decided to partner with MWR Financial, I know you said, okay, we're not going to do anything small. We're going to help thousands of people. And right now with people's 401ks going down, one of our components, our Wealth Max component, helps people with not losing money. So talk about why you're excited about the Wealth Max part and how we can make sure that zero can be people's hero.
Yeah, that's a great opening there, Bunmi. I can just say that one of the things that I spent an inordinate amount of time looking at was the private reserve account, one of the features that MWR offers, and particularly since my experience in insurance and financial services, that spoke to me in many ways. We often call it a private banking concept. And essentially what it's doing is showing you how you can become your own bank. And because the shifting of income and shifting of assets occur when you bring banking into the picture, because so much of our money is going towards paying interest and fees to banks that there's very little left for us to now grow our business or grow our personal wealth. So what do? You're paying taxes, you have inflation that you're dealing with, and you're paying interest on debt, and you have to live off the balance of it. So with the private reserve account, now all of a sudden you're in position now to take control of that, to put your funds now in an index fund, which basically allows you to have the benefit of the market going up without fear of loss. Because when the market goes down, the worst that can happen is that you don't incur a loss, you get zero. I would rather have zero than take a loss.
Right.
Okay. Because when you take a loss, you got to make twice as much just to get back to where you were before. So the idea here is that you can build wealth through your private reserve account. And the beauty of MWR is that we show you how to find the money to do that. Mm-hmm. Okay. If you're getting an instant pay raise of $300, $600, whatever, and you can put that into a private reserve account, over time, you now have a retirement fund. Okay. If you're able to improve your credit score so that you can refinance and get better interest rates on your credit card debt, your car loans, and your mortgages, and pick up $200, $300, $400, $500 a month that way, you can shift that money now into your private reserve account and benefit from that, and over time accumulate hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars for your retirement. If you can eliminate your debt, mm-hmm. and all of a sudden shift that interest that you would normally be paying to your creditors now back into your private reserve account, you now can amass a fortune. So everything that is available through your MWR platform can now be used to build your wealth. And it's just a matter of us educating the public, let them know that we have this available. Working together, we can make this happen. People also need to be looking at multiple streams of income. If there's ever been a time that we need to know that your plan A is not enough because people now are stuck at home, a lot of people are going to miss out on a paycheck, then you know that you need to have a backup, okay? And if you ever had a backup that had residual income and passive income associated with it, that means that if you don't go out today and make it happen, you can still see a paycheck coming in your mailbox, okay? So why wouldn't you want to do that, okay? Today with this epidemic, we need to understand, let's take some time to look at our financial condition, our financial position, and let's make some changes. So I always say people don't want to be sold, but people want to buy solutions to their problems, okay? And we offer the solutions to their problems. All we got to do is get the word out.
That's right. And that's what we're doing by making this video today. Ladies and gentlemen, we want you to share this because this is information we're not just saying is life-changing. I mean, if you have a blueprint, a roadmap, experts to show you how to really make wealth real in your life, that's transformational. In these times, we need someone out there to be that champion in the financial arena that's showing people how to transform their finances. So the concept that Vernon was talking about, we like to call income shifting. Because, Brian, there are 4 major challenges in our economy, right? 4 major challenges, which I want you to speak on. And you're going to show us through this membership how all these things are shifting our money away from us. MWR is going to help us shift that money back to our household. So you kind of sum that up for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Which all goes along with our 4321 message that we're out here educating people about. And I'm going to piggyback off of something that Vernon said. Our program, we don't want our members, our directors out there trying to sell or convince people to do better financially or to get involved in our program. We just want to educate people because what we're educating or talking about, it's common sense. It's common sense. And so once you share this information with people, it makes it real easy for somebody to make a decision because we've taken all the headaches out of it. You've got experts that do the work. You've got an opportunity that compensates you extremely well. But this 4 challenges that you're talking about, Bunmi, it's something everybody faces. It's taxes first. You've got credit and debt, which is the banking industry. Then you've got big business. And then on top of that, you've got inflation. Those are the 4 things that affect everybody's income. If you want to know where your money's going, it goes to those 4 things. Okay, you get a good education, you get a good job, then you end up giving 1/3 of your income to the federal government in taxes. Okay, multiple different taxes: sales tax, state tax, federal income tax, property tax, luxury tax. We're taxed on everything. Okay, so that's where 1/3 of most people's income goes. We show them how to bring that money back into their household through legitimate home-based business deductions, and we show them how to stop overpaying the IRS, which is huge. So that's 1/3. But because you give away that 1/3 in taxes, you then end up using credit to make up the difference. So you've given up 1/3 of your income in taxes. You're now using your credit cards. You're out financing a lifestyle to make up for that 1/3 you gave in taxes, which has most people with 1/3 or more accumulated in debt. Okay, now they're owing the banks, okay, the credit and banking industry. And so there's another 1/3 of their income. Then you look at big business with every holiday, every single month, all the marketing that's going on right now. You already see Easter on the shelves. You know, we used to just have Black Friday in November. Now we've got, you know, Brown Thursday, Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday. All these things are designed to help to get you to consciously spend more of what you have. And most people are financing those things. They're putting them on credit cards. They're not using them from income they have. But at the same time, you've got big business that's taking up another third of your income. Then you have the overwhelming challenge of trying to figure out how to stay ahead of inflation, this is where the value of your dollar is less and less every single year, because even though prices go up, expenses go up, your income doesn't always go up at the same rate. And so a lot of people are going behind financially. We call it the silent income killer, because of the fact that you just don't even realize it's happening. It's happening so subtly that where your dollar may have purchased, you know, something this year at this amount, you would only get maybe, you know, 3/4 of that next year. Okay. With that same dollar. And so without giving like gas prices, and you could go into just everything, daycare, whatever it may be. But, so those are the challenges. That's what people are dealing with. What our goal is to shift that money back from the government, shift that money back from the credit and banking industry, shift that money back from big business, back into your pocket. Okay, back into your pocket so that you can do something wise with it financially. All right, and we're very effective at it. So those are the things that we're the most proud of, is because you mentioned it too, Bunmi. You don't have to build a huge business with MWR Financial to be a success. Just understanding how to deal with the money that you already have properly, you can still build wealth. And I think that's one of the most unique things about what we do. So I hope that answered your question.
Yes, it does. I'm sitting here, I'm listening to Vernon, what he just shared. I'm listening to you, and it's very important to me that myself, my children, and now I'm a grandmother, that our family wins the money game.
Yes.
But I know basically all I knew personally was maybe how to make money. I didn't know the best place to put it, really off of these financial principles, millionaire mindset principles. So I was working on the mindset, but still the action of where to put your money and how to save on taxes and decrease that taxation and beat inflation. All these wealth principles I needed to learn to apply to my life, and I needed someone to help me. So that's why I love MWR. If I wasn't already a part of it and I'm hearing this information, I would be like, oh my goodness, I need that. Because it's not just about the knowing. It's one thing to get the financial education, but then it's all about the application. That's what I love. You've given us the experts along with the knowledge so that we can truly make wealth real. So those goals that we want for ourselves financially, they really show up on the screen of our life. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking here to Brian House, the CEO of MWR Financial, that has put together a winning company to show us how to win the money game, no matter what economic climate that we are in. It is a small monthly membership that literally he made it so it could be free. We'll tell you about that as well. That allows us to make wealth real. And then we have Vernon here, and we're excited because Vernon is a businessman, a financial guy. He saw what this company had to offer, and now he's partnered with us. And so we're doing this video to get the word out to people. If anything that we're saying resonates with you, hit up Vernon or whoever shared this with you. Send them a message, an inbox, or give us a call so we can answer your questions and tell you more. But we have a movement here. It's called the Make Wealth Real movement. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're sick and tired of trying to figure this thing out on your own, and you want to be a part of something special that can not just help you, but help your future generations and other people, then certainly you want to partner up with us. So here's one thing I do want to talk about, because Brian, ladies and gentlemen, just talked about shifting our income back into our household. I love my family more than I love the government. I don't want them to take and keep my money, right? Same thing. I love my family more than I love big business and the creditors. I want to find out how to shift that money from them to my household. Then not just go out and buy depreciating, things that consumers buy, but how do I get into that investor quadrant that helps my money to make more money? Vernon talked about that. But being an entrepreneur, and I know in this video, a lot of entrepreneurs are watching. Let's talk about the business income. Because Vernon already being a businessman, me already being in business, when we looked at this, we saw a way that we could have another stream of business income coming into our household. And what spoke to me, Brian, was the guaranteed income that you have put in place. I have never, ever seen a company in this industry give their reps guaranteed income. Tell us about that.
Yeah, no, our daily guarantee, which is what we call it, is a top-up income. It's a guaranteed income stream that allows our members to be able to budget. A lot of times in this industry, it's either feast or famine. You're either making money or you're not making money. And so we wanted to create a true residual income that once you qualified for certain levels of our daily guarantee, which goes all the way from $5 a day up to $1,000 a day, or if you want to break that down monthly, it's $150,000 to $30,000 per month. That's just one stream of the over 10 different streams of income that we have in our compensation plan that are basically all for doing the same thing, just sharing our message with others. And but with that daily guarantee, once you hit certain levels, if you're at $5 a day, $150 a month. If you're at $20 a day, $600 a month, $30 a day, $900 a month, again, all the way up to $1,000 a day. Once you hit that, you know that no matter what happens in your business, whether it grows or not, as long as you maintain that position, you've got that money coming in every single month. It's guaranteed to come in. So, on the 10th of the month, you've got that no matter what. So it was a feature we wanted to add because we're a financial solutions company, that we didn't want people to go up and down all the time on their income. We wanted to be able to budget off of it. We wanted you to know that, hey, I've got this amount coming and I can count on it. And that's why we did it, Bunmi. So
I'm telling you, I love this guaranteed income, y'all. It's amazing.
A lot of people do.
Listen, I'm a big money type of person. So when I was saying to you, when I first was introduced, oh my gosh, Brian, like $1,000 a day, I can feel that. And you said, hey, Bunmi, when you get to the $1,000 a day, you're going to be not just at 30,000, but with our presidential bonuses and our lifestyle bonuses and other things, you'll be more at like 40 or $50,000 per month. And I'm like, wow, bring it on, bring it on. But here's the thing, guys, whether you believe that you deserve that type of income and you're worth it, if you do, great, it's here on the table. We're going to do that and more. But maybe you're just like, right now, if I just had an extra $600 a month, that would really help my family. Well, with a team of just 12 people, just think how many people we can help with this, Vernon. We don't have to build a huge team. That's why I love this compensation. With a small amount of people in your organization, you can make a very significant income. So we help you to build a team of 12. You can build, let's say you refer 3 and those 3 refer 3, and then we help you with some of the others, right? You got 12 people in your team. Now you're at $20 a day in guaranteed income, $600 a month. Now imagine if you took that 600 or just 400 of that and put into the private reserve account, what that could turn into over time. We got the plan, guys. I am serious. I'm so excited about that. So, all right, this is what I'm going to do. Vernon, I'm going to come back to you, and then Brian, you one last time. So, Vernon, 15 years ago, we all met in a company called Financial Destination, and it was based on finances. That was the first company where I ever made a 6-figure income, 5 figures a month. I had over 5,000 people. I needed 5,000 people to make an income of $15,000 a month. Well, here with our guaranteed income, with a team of as little over 3,000, you can be at a guaranteed $1,000 a day. So if you all are listening to me, this really spoke to me. I could have just about half the people in the organization that I had years ago and be making twice the money. Half the people, but yet twice the money. So you don't need a huge organization to do something of significance. But Verna, we have joined together, and I know we're going to build a huge organization with this. I just want you to speak to the people maybe who know you from the past and that previous company. Just let them know your vision, what you're looking to do, and why we want them to come give us a call and let us lay out the plan so we can show them how they can benefit from this collaboration.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're absolutely right. This is an amazing opportunity. The compensation plan is unbelievable. I think it's actually built on the principle of three. Okay, because and to be honest with you, just about anybody can do three. Mm-hmm. All right, anybody knows three people that could use these benefits. And again, I don't know why, if you really do understand what we have to offer, why you wouldn't want to participate, and then why you wouldn't want to tell everybody that you know how great this program is. Because we're solving problems for people. We're actually helping people navigate even during this trying times. And that's one of the things that I love about it, is that we can give you peace of mind, okay? You can get peace of mind because you've got you got experts that are there in your corner. You got peace of mind because you can get a guaranteed income. And you got peace of mind because we can show you how you can get a guaranteed return on your money. How many people today are spending sleepless nights because of the uncertainty that they find themselves in today? So I believe we're obligated to share this information because we can help so many people. So let's say you start out with three, and those three get three. Guess what? You got 12 people right there. And all you've done is help three people. So you take that $600 a month, and you can take part of that, as you said, to help with your daily expenses, and put the other part of that towards building your future. Because if we survive this, there will be a future. The question is, are you going to be better off in the future? Are you going to be the same, or are you going to be worse off? I suggest that we take this seed money and we plant for the future. And we've got the ability now to show you how you can take that money, you can put it in a risk-free environment, and be able to now grow that money through compounding in a way that can show you how you can add significant dollars to your future savings, so that you will be in a position where you can have that emergency fund. People today don't have the emergency fund. All financial professionals will tell you that you need to have 3 to 6 months of liquid assets available to you to tie you over during a rainy day. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but it looks mighty cloudy outside to me today. And if you don't have those funds, you're going to be in trouble. So we want to put you in a position where you can be stress-free. If you've got your emergency fund, you're stress-free. If you've got professionals that are helping you navigate through this financial climate that we're in today. Brian is sending out checks today, okay, on a daily basis, where many businesses are shut down. He's still sending out checks. And people are getting money what? Residually. People are getting money how? Passively. So I don't understand why anybody or everybody wouldn't want to find out more about what we have to offer. Now, I'm going to give a shameless plug, because later on today, we're going to be doing another webinar. And we're going to be talking about how to survive and even prosper in spite of this virus crisis. Mm-hmm. Who wouldn't want to learn how to do that? There are people that are actually going to prosper during this period. There are some keys to making that happen. There's a blueprint that we can give you step by step as to how you can make that happen. I would suggest you find out how you can get on that webinar later on today and find out the details, because we've got the program, we got the format here under the MWR platform, we can make that happen.
So Vernon, how do people get into that webinar? What time is it, and do they just need to inbox you, or how do they find out about that?
They want to inbox me. I highly recommend that they inbox me, that they contact me, and they can get in on that. We're going to be doing that at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, and we're going to break it down for you. We're going to make sure that you have the information so that you can succeed. People are confused and they are fearful. And first of all, I want to say this. You need to replace your fear with faith.
Yes.
Okay. You need to replace panic with prayer. That's first and foremost. And then with that, you'll be led in the right direction. But I would suggest you contact me. You can contact me on 571-327-8280. 571-327-8280, and I'll be happy to give you the link so you can get on that call. We're gonna really break through all of this noise and show you how you can settle down, get through the confusion, and have a strategic plan for success.
Give that number one more time, Vernon.
571-327-8280. That's a direct number.
82.
You can reach me, and let's do this tonight at 9 o'clock. You know, we're going to do this through teamwork. Okay. Matter of fact, my organization is Teamwork Financial Group. We're going to be able to do this by joining hands, each of us helping each other through this period. You know what, Bunmi, as I always say, we're always better together. Right? Those that are trying to divide us, they're going to be left out in the cold. Those that are uniters are the ones that are going to win at this. And so I suggest that we all get on board. Thank you for posting that number there. Let's all get together and work this thing out together.
Absolutely. So that's 9 p.m. tonight, guys, Eastern Standard Time. Hit Vernon up on that number to find out more about the details and how you log in. Now, as we round third to end, Brian, I'm going to swing it back to you because I love clarity and I love a big vision. And that's two things that I know you have. You have a big vision for Make Wealth Real Financial, and you're clear on that. So I want you to share with everybody watching the numbers that you share with me as far as the MWR goal, how much that you want to get rid of in consumer debt, how many millionaires created, how many six-figure earners created. Share those numbers with us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll be happy to do that. And I'm going to piggyback again on Vernon here and say something, and that is that he was talking about emergency fund. And I want people to realize that your stress level is a direct reflection of your emergency fund. Okay. Especially at times like this. So if you're feeling stressed and worried and panicking or whatever it may be, just understand if you had a cushion, if you had that emergency fund in place where you could sustain your lifestyle for a period of 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whether you went to work or not, I promise you would be a lot happier. Okay. You would be a lot less stressed during times like this. And we have the ability to help you create that, put you in the position to be able to do that and eliminate that stress. But our vision is really clear, Bunmi, and this is a starting vision for us. This is something we feel confident that we can accomplish over the next 10 years. And our first goal is we want to help eliminate $50 billion in consumer debt. I'm a big believer that as long as you're paying interest, that's money you can't save, invest, or pay yourself. And so the first challenge we need to deal with is help people eliminate that debt burden with the credit and banking industry through cash flow management and debt elimination and enhancing credit scores. The next thing is through our opportunity. Our goal is to help people, because I'm also a big believer that making more money solves the majority of people's financial problems. We can do all we can to help people with their existing finances, but if you want to accelerate the wealth building process, it's inevitable. You need to make more money, okay, in order to be able to do that. And so our goal is to help create 10,000 millionaires and over 150,000 six-figure earners in this industry. No company's ever done that before, but no company's ever had the platform that we have before, the compensation that we have. And I'm going to correct you on something, Bunmi. You said back in our practice company, you had over 5,000 people. You were making a six-figure residual income. In this program, it's not half of that to accomplish that. You could have as few as 584 people on your team, and with just 3 of our 10 different income streams, you're making $11,500 a month or $138,000 per year. You don't have to have thousands with our compensation plan because we pay out majority of the money to the field. We're not greedy. And we want to see people win, and we know that I don't need the money. I don't say that arrogantly. But again, this was a ministry, and I know that if you put more money in good people's hands, they will do good things with it. It also creates an unbelievable level of motivation for people. And so that's what we've done. We've said, you know what, we're paying out almost 80% to the field, and we can do that. And so, which is unique in this industry. You don't see that often. But the last goal with that, by accomplishing those first 2 major goals, we want to create over $100 billion in investment income for our members. Because here's the reality. What our current lifestyle is right now, that's all handled by labor. But the true definition of wealth to me is time and financial freedom. It's having the money that is allowing you, making money for you that gives you the time to be able to spend it and enjoy it with the people that you love and you care about the most, and not be beholden to a job or an employer. Not that there's anything wrong with jobs, but I can tell you that to me is the most powerful piece of what we're talking about with our goals, is that $100 billion of investment income. Do you know how many people that means? How many millions of people that we can impact with that would have the time and financial freedom to be able to do what they want, when they want, where they want, with whoever they want, for however long they want. And their money continues to grow whether they go to work or not. And they're able to afford all of their expenses, their living expenses, off of money being made by money, not labor. And that's the goal. That's what we want to help people accomplish. And we absolutely have the system and the plan to make that happen. When you say MWR stands for Make Wealth Real, there's a reason we named the company the way we did, because we wanted to provide not some pie in the sky, hope you get wealthy type program. Mm-hmm. We wanted to provide a realistic, proven, predictable way for people to become wealthy without the hype. What we do, it's not a hope or maybe. You follow our plan of action, it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. Okay. And you have the ability to accelerate it as much as you want. We can do it out of your existing income, which may take a little bit longer, or you can accelerate it with our opportunity, and you can speed it up to do it not in 20, 30, or 40 years, but maybe in the next, 4, 5, or 10 years. Okay. So with that said, Bunmi, listen, I'll turn it back to you. I appreciate you and Vernon having me on here. We go back a long ways, guys. I've known these guys for about 15 years. They're family to me. We were all close in our practice company. And so it's an honor to be on here with you guys. And I really appreciate you having me.
Well, let me add something to what Brian just said, because he really touched on some amazing points. Number one, he was saying we can accelerate this by your business income adding on to your ordinary income. I think we can also accelerate this by saving money, finding money within your budget to be able to put towards your retirement or your investment account. I think what he also said was that $100 billion that he's going to create for your investments and from your investments. Do you know the multiplying effect that has on the economy? That money doesn't just go sit in an account and does nothing. That money is invested, okay, that circulates back into the economy, that basically provides more jobs and opportunities for other people. So money is currency. Currency means movement. It multiplies. So that $100 billion could very easily turn into $1 trillion in net effect. So it is a revolutionary concept that he has put in place that is not only highly attainable, but highly possible and feasible. Okay, so I see us on a mission to not only help ourselves, help our community, but in effect help our country. Because as we prosper, it is back to that ship that rises. You know, when the tide rises, all the ships rise with it. And by us being wise with that money, and by the way, there's plenty of wealth out here. Okay. The fact of the matter is, we are not necessarily creating it. All we're doing is shifting it. Okay. And what we're trying to do now is shift it back to your household, shift it back to your family, shift it back so that your kids and your kids' kids can have a prosperous future. And at last, we got an opportunity to do that. And it's not just rhetoric, but we have a roadmap to make that happen.
Yes.
So that's not something to get excited about. Then, you know, the bottom line is if you don't have a plan, then you will never have a goal. And if you have a goal, then you don't have to worry about missing it because you won't know whether you hit it or you didn't hit it. So we've got a plan. We got to put it together. We're going to help you make it. We're going to help you hit it. So I want to thank you also, Bunmi, for inviting me on this call. We're starting off on this venture to create our 10,000. We're going to contribute to what Brian's overall picture is, because we're going to do at least 10,000 of that number. Okay. And with that, I think we can all at the end of the day rest and feel like we made a difference.
Absolutely. I'm sitting here just smiling, just feeling so blessed to be a part of this Make Wealth Real movement. So I'm taking in everything that you're saying, Vernon, is so resonating with me. The same thing with you, Brian. And I hope that our listeners are hearing that we're speaking from the heart and that we want you to be a part of this. This is about change. It's in our moments of decision that our destiny is created. And so you're hearing this information. So you have a decision. You can just say, oh, that was a great live and go on as business as usual. Or you can make the decision to take action, at least get some more information and find out more about MWR Financial. And I promise you, if you find out and you take action, your financial life will be changed forever for generations. And so with that, we could go on and on with this awesome money conversation, but we're going to go ahead and conclude now. But we thank you all for listening in. Do me a favor. Like and love, give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube, but definitely run watch parties with this, share this information. And if someone has shared this with you and they're part of the movement, then get back with them. They can help you to get more information and be a part of our family here at MWR Financial. So definitely spread the word. And with that, this video is officially over. Thank you, Mr. House. Thank you, Vernon Azell. Be sure, guys, call Vernon at that number so you can be on that special webinar tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So with that, we'll say goodbye for now. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.